Howdy, my name is Neil from AbsolutAire. I'm going to do a short video on how to set high and low fire on a Maxitrol equipped AbsolutAire direct fired unit. We got a unit here that we're just getting up and running. When you're doing setting high fire, there's a couple things you already want done. You already want to prove your profile pressure differential is good. You want to measure it, make any adjustments. You want to do this before you're even worried about the burner. In this case, once you get the airflow good, you want to run the unit at full speed, which is 60 hertz. And in other cases, you want to run it in outside air mode. This unit is outside air mode only. 60 hertz, outside air mode. Once you get that done, another key thing with the blower at full speed and outside is what's going on in the burner. The burner has a vacuum with the gas off. In this case, we're going to measure what the burner is reading. In this case, it is a vacuum of about 1.2 inches. This is a very important number that will be used when setting high fire. The burner just attempted to light, and you'll notice it's got 3 flashing lights on the fan well. It didn't light because I have the gas off. Another thing that is good to check while you're doing this, what is your incoming gas pressure? In this case, I got about 18.7 inches. You can look on your data tag just to see what gas pressure your unit requires. This one is calling for 8 inches on up to 1 psi of natural gas. That being said, I have my unit at full speed, which is 60 hertz. My profile is about 0.69 inches on a water column. That's a good number for full speed. And at full speed, I'm roughly 1.2 inches of vacuum. There's a vacuum in your burner as the fan is running with the gas off. If your gas pressure drops a lot while lighting, that's not good for you to be able to get full capacity. So it's good to keep an eye on your incoming gas pressure while it's lighting. We went from roughly 18.6 inches down to 17.5. Once in a while you're dealing with a unit and you don't know if this setting is even close to being correct to get your burner to light up that first time. I generically, if I don't know where I'm at, I will close this valve gently, clockwise is closed, and I open it 1.5 turns. That's about 1.5 turns. I will also keep an eye on the incoming gas pressure. If it's trying to light off and this number drops like quite a ways or below minimum gas pressure, in this case at 8 inches, your burner isn't going to light. And there's no sense of trying to get it to light until you can get your incoming gas. See, we went to 17.8 inches and we are lit. But a good rule of thumb is if you don't know where you're starting at, close the valve and open it 1.5 turns is a good starting point. I'm going to go ahead and reset this burner and get this to light off for you guys. We are 18.6 inches incoming gas pressure. We have a negative of 1.2 inches with the burner not on. Let's go ahead and light off and see if she lights. Should light. Making its attempt. The burner is lit. Now notice, we are still reading a vacuum at our burner. Low fire is only 2 or 3/10 of an inch. In this case, if we had 1.2 inches negative, now we're about 0.9 inches negative. Our incoming gas pressure stayed good at 17.5 inches. Now that being said, we had 1.2 inches of negative with the gas off. On your data tag, it says gas pressure required at the burner for maximum rated capacity. In this particular unit, it is 5.9 inches. So we're going to set high fire to about 14.7 inches. On a Maxitrol 14 series, you'll find terminal 4. In this case, we label wire 29. These wires are going to your discharge sensor. To force it into high fire, all you got to do is remove, in this case, wire 4, terminal 29. You'll watch this gauge pop up when I remove it. It's going to go right to high fire. High fire now is roughly 4.2. You can add a little bit more gas to it. It's going to get warm rather quick. See, I can make the pressure go up by turning this regulator clockwise. That's a little high. That's good for now. To quickly get it out of high fire, we'll relay CR15. That is the same on most of our units that use a Maxitrol and RTC and some other models. To pull that out, it takes the power out of the Maxitrol, thus it takes it out of the modulating valve. We are now in low fire again. Low fire is either 2 to 3/10 of an inch. In other units, you can go ahead and look through the sight glass. I like a flame about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long, all the way across the burner. Low fire on this model, on this particular valve, is this little screw. It's brass. This screw is low fire adjustment, and it's also the amount of gas the burner will get when it lights up. So you can't set it too low, and you don't want to set it too high. Like I said, if you're doing it with your manometer or a gauge on your burner gas pressure tap, about 2 to 3/10 of an inch. We started off with -1.2, roughly 0.8, 0.9 now. The quick way to check it again is to go ahead. In this case, you can turn off and reset the burner. Go to summer, go to winter again. Is the burner light? While it's lighting up, I'll replace the sensor wire and my relay CR15. You're going to want to recycle the burner because in some cases you might have set it a little too low or too high while the burner's on, not knowing you made it difficult to light off later. And in this case, we did light again. So in a nutshell, you want to get your profile pressure correct way before you start off. Once that is corrected or considered good, you get the vacuum on your burner running at full speed and or 100% outside air. Once you get that, you can go ahead and check your incoming gas pressure, turn on your gas, and let the burner try to light.